Hi, my name is Josh Mascara. I'm the game director for Diablo 3 and really excited to show you guys Diablo 3 running on the 360. So I'm just going to have my partner here, Matthew, our senior level designer, to jump into the game with our Barbarian. We're going to talk about some of the key changes we've made to bring this experience to the console. And the first thing we wanted to do is we want to take that awesome action RPG experience that is Diablo and translate it so that it feels native on the console. And really that starts with the controller. And it's something that right now you guys can't see because you can see but you can't feel because you don't have a controller in your hands. But the way this game feels, you know, when you have a controller in your hands and you're feeling the rumble every time you press the button, you're sort of using the triggers to do whirlwind, you really feel the sort of difference and the game changer that direct control brings to Diablo 3 on the console. And to that end, it's really important for us, for all the console players out there, to understand that every aspect of this game, especially when it comes to the skills and the combat, has been hand-built for the console. We have tweaked every skill in the game so that it feels responsive and immediate on the console. And we haven't just changed the way the skills work, we've also added some key features. So I'm going to ask Matthew right now to show one of those features, which is our evade move. Not quite, our evade move. Thank you. So it's one of the things we really wanted to add to the game is once you have direct control, as a player, there's certain expectations you have to be able to so quickly sort of jump out of the way of you know, an enemy sort of range attack or sort of roll through barrels, which is one of the funnest things to do in sort of Diablo 3. And so we added a lot of touches to make sure that this game really felt like it was hand-built for the consoles. So right now Matthew's doing some a whirlwind attack, and again, it's a really example of a skill that, you know, on paper it's the same skill as on PC, but the fact that you control your character with the left stick to give you this degree of precision, and more importantly, this sort of visceral joy of just sort of Cuisinarting the enemies around you, that really makes the game showcases the fact that, you know, we're really serious about translating the experience and not just copying it across. A nice dodge, by the way. Dodging the way out of that savage beast. Oh, so one of the things that we added to the game specific to the console is Nephilim Glory. So sometimes when you fight an enemy, sometimes they will drop red health globes, will heal you up, and sometimes they drop yellow Nephilim globes. And when you pick these up, these give you a short temporary speed and damage buff that you can extend and you can change by picking up more and more health globes. You're not dying, Matthew. I said keep going, roll, attack, leap, fantastic. And one of the reasons we added that, and hopefully when Matthew kills this rare Moon Clan Impaler, is our philosophy when it comes to loot. We felt it was really important that we wanted to have the player play the game and not necessarily, you know, spend the entire time on the inventory. And we adopted a less but better philosophy when it comes to loot. All your Wrath of the Berserker happening. Awesome. So pick up some loot. Unfortunately, it's not an upgrade, but it's still a great moment for us to showcase our inventory. So if you press back, so you see one of the biggest changes that we have between the PC and the console version. So we had to move away from the grid-based system, and instead we wanted a inventory that looked great, that really showcased your character on screen, but more importantly felt intuitive when you're using the analog sticks. So we divided your inventory into all these different categories that you can quickly cycle to. And one of the benefits is that at a glance you can see if a weapon is a possible upgrade or not based on the number of green up arrows, or if it's a downgrade, they're red arrows. And again, we didn't want to sacrifice the depth of the item game, so a button press away, you get the full stats of the items. You can see, you know, line by line comparison, and that looks like a good item to equip. So let's do some dual wielding, which is one of the hallmarks of the Barbarian. So so one of the other things we're really happy to be showing here at E3 is what we're calling same screen co-op. And we feel that, you know, being able to play with up to 4 players on the same screen is a very uniquely console way of experiencing Diablo 3. So I'm actually going to ask for here to jump in, and you know, it's seamless. You can sort of drop in and out. And one of the things you'll notice is when you have, you know, 2, 3, or 4 players on the same screen, is, you know, we're sort of keeping the camera locked around the characters. But that is something that if you're playing with online players, The remote players are free to move around wherever they want. It's only when you're playing on the couch with somebody else that you're just locked to the same screen. But again, we sort of feel that in this generation, there hasn't been a lot of great cooperative console experiences when it comes to action RPGs. So we're really happy to make this feature so one of the hallmarks of Diablo 3 on console. We picked up some more Nephilim Glory. Again, it's a really good combo. We have the barbarians sort of taking the front lines, tanking. We have the wizard coming in and providing some long-range fire support. It's a good combination. And some more Nephilim glories. So one of the things you're going to be noticing on screen as the players here are picking up items is we have an item queue. And we thought it was really important, as I mentioned before, to keep the players in the action. So instead of having to open up the inventory every time, if you just press up on the D-pad, you're able to cycle through all the items you picked up. For example, that's an upgrade for the barbarians who just equipped it. The wizard has an upgrade as well. And then we can keep the players in the action. So it's really important for Diablo 3 on console. So I hope you guys get a chance just from this quick demo to see some of the big changes we've made when we brought this sort of beloved PC franchise to the console. I mean, from the ground up, we wanted to make sure that the console players felt all the love and attention. We didn't just want to make a copy, we really wanted to deliver a legitimate console experience, which is why we done a tremendous amount of changes to the skills. We also added some console-specific features, such as Evade, the Quick Equip, and the Nephilim Glory globes. It gives this very, very cool action gameplay feel to Diablo 3 on console. So this is our demo for Diablo 3 for E3, and we're really happy to finally being able to bring out Diablo 3 on console September 3rd to both PlayStation and the 360.